Here we come, blue and white, and we're looking good. You'll be in for a fight, and we fight pretty good. Getting goals is our job, and we get goals good. Looking good, we are Carlisle United.
Carlisle United, the team that's on the ball. Carlisle United, the team for one and all. You're looking good, and we're with you all the way. You'll hear us singing every time you play.
Here Ken Leisure with a pass so true to Boulder Stone and Clark's in view. There's a cross and a run, the old one too.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Brunton Bugle, and today we're bringing you one of our special episodes. I think it's the first one in a while actually, but it's taken a little bit of time to get a few things lined up to sort this out, but we're finally there. We've finally got something to bring you. So today's episode is the first of 4 interviews that I was lucky enough to do a couple of weeks ago with some of the playing and non-playing staff up at Brunton Park. As you will already have seen from the episode title, it is with none other than United's big Czech goalie, Tomáš Holý. A big thank you to Andy Hall and Amy Nixon in United's media team for helping to arrange these interviews. I mean, their support is always really much appreciated, and that they're so really helpful. You can't really thank them enough. We'll be releasing one of these episodes a week over the next few weeks, though we'll skip the weeks where we play Stockwell County and Harrogate Town. So before the interview, I'll give you a quick bio on our interviewee this week. Goalkeeper Tomáš Holý was born in 1991 in what was then Czechoslovakia, now modern-day Czech Republic. He started out at his local side, Hradec Králové, I hope I pronounced that right, before moving to the biggest team in his country, Sparta Prague. After a few loan spells at other clubs in his home country, he then made the big move to England in early 2017 to sign for Gillingham. He became a big fans' favourite there, and that led to a successful move to Ipswich Town in 2019. Ipswich, he had loan spells at Cambridge and Port Vale before leaving the club this summer to make the big move up north to Cumbria. He's the joint tallest player in the Football League, and unsurprisingly his height is a big asset in goal, but his character has also been a real bright spark in the dressing room since he arrived. And I'm sure you'll agree that he comes across really well in this interview, and when you listen to him you'll think he's so infectious, and he really was. He was a great person to talk to. So here's the chat I had with Tomas a couple of weeks prior to the home game against Crewe Alexandra. So yeah, Tomas, so we're going to talk about your career here today. Now, the Carlisle United players that I'm going to talk to, some of the others, they've all sort of come up through the English system. So your background's a little bit different to theirs, isn't it? Let's go back to the start. Did you always want to be a footballer when you were growing up back home?
Yeah, well, I think that graduating system in Czech Republic works a bit different way. But basically, yeah, I always wanted to be a football player.
Yeah.
Because, it wasn't intention when I was a kid. I think, let's say, because I've got a sister, and she always been very good about education and school stuff. And she was a good volleyball player, but it wasn't really her thing. And I was exact opposite of her. So not really a friend with school. Well, I'm not saying I was like a bad at school. I just did enough. But I loved sports, all kind of sports. So I did, like a kind of sport with balls, hockey, or I don't know, athletics and everything. Yeah. And yeah, maybe that's why I had so much energy in me, and sometimes it was too much for my mom, and she was like a desperate to do something with it. So yeah, and because I came from like a really small town where basically everyone knows everyone. So she made a call to local football coach of my generation, and she just asked her if he can take me for like a training, and just I don't know, just let him run around just for all the time or something. I need get rid of his energy for a day or something. I need him sleep at night or something. And yeah, I was like 5.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, of course he came, whatever. Yeah. And that was it.
That was it.
That was the start of my passion for football. And yeah, but from my dad's side, because he was a basketball player with my size and everything. Obviously, I tried to play basketball, and yeah, I was kind of really good, to be fair, at least at this category of basketball. And yeah, but when I was 14, it was a time I had to make a decision, and it was practically the easiest decision of my life. So I decided for football, and it was it.
I'm going to ask you about the height thing, obviously, because
go on,
you
go
are
on.
a big fella.
Yeah, of course.
Was it always sort of an early age that you were going to be a goalkeeper? You were always quite tall, or did that sort of come a bit later?
Not at all. Not at all. I started as a outfield player. I think as everyone, because when you are like a 5, 7, 8, it's not really like you are goalie or striker. It's like what you prefer. Where you try everyone everywhere. I guess at least it was back in Czech, but also my mom's brother. My uncle, he's only 2 years older than me, and when you ask other players who is there like a role model, or who is there like a model when they were growing up, or who was mine, it was him, and always is, and he was more than uncle. He was my brother, because we lived in like a building. And our apartments, my apartment, like my parents' apartment, and my grandparents' apartment with him, they were just opposite side of the hall. So we were practically like brothers, more than uncle and nephew. Is it correct? Yeah. And I wanted to spend all the time with him, and he was a goalkeeper the whole time, his time. So I started as an outfield player, but then we just didn't have a goalkeeper for training session, so. Just coach came out with like is anybody who would like to try or something? That was a chance for me. So yeah, I tried because I just got like an old pair of gloves from Andre, my uncle. I always was going to try it, but then after I think maybe few months, maybe years, just 1-2 years, I just found it not interesting as I thought. So I said, no, I don't want to be goalie anymore, coach. I just want to come back to be a player. It took like another 2 years, maybe. I don't really know. Maybe 2 years again. And when we grew up a little, so trainings became more tough, like running wise and everything. Yeah. And that was the point when I was 13. I found out I just cannot hold up with the boys. Yeah. Especially with running stuff and this. I said, no. So I said, coach, I'll go back to goal. And I'm goalie like since 12 or 13 of my age.
Well, there you go. Growing up in Czech Republic as well, I suppose you had a real sort of role model to look up to as well in terms of Petr Cech as well, who's been such an outstanding goalkeeper for so many years. Is he someone who you looked up to?
Yeah, it was my uncle, because don't get me wrong, he was such a great goalkeeper. He won I can't even say how many times he won the best goalkeeper of the tournaments. Yeah. And then also he was like 16, 15, and I was 2 years younger. He was that close to be a trialer in Southampton.
Okay.
So he was really good goalkeeper. Really good goalkeeper. So, and yeah, if besides him, I always I don't really know why, because we are completely different types of goalkeepers. I always admired Iker Casillas.
Okay.
A totally different type of goalkeeper. Yeah. Maybe back at time when I was 14, 15, maybe Petr Cech still. I'm not really sure. Maybe he was already in Chelsea, but maybe I didn't have that much knowledge, to be fair.
Well, fair enough.
So I cannot tell any this name. Yeah. Just after some time, I like to look at them, but more than my models, my roles, they start off playing football.
So obviously you grew up, I think you were at your local club for most of your young years, and then you got to move to Sparta Prague, the biggest club in Czech Republic, surely, and played with players there I think I've got written down a few. Jiří Jarošík was there, and Roman Bednar, and obviously Tomáš Řepka being the biggest one. What was it like being there amongst those players?
Yeah, there was a step between from my a child town.
Yeah.
That was to Hradec Králové, which is the biggest town in the county.
Yeah.
At that time, it was second league, but they produce pretty good young players. Mm-hmm. So it was, it's for me, it's one of the more important age of football. I was there since my 14 to 18.
Yeah.
And then when I was 18, I went to Sparta Prague.
Yeah.
And yes, I met all these legends, especially Jaromír Blažek, which was a senior goalkeeper.
Yeah.
At the time, it was 36, 37, but unbelievable experience. Maybe Daniel Zítka, if you know, from Anderlecht.
Oh, yeah.
And other players, maybe from Reading, Marek Matějovský.
Yes, yeah.
And Jiří Jarošík, yes, Tomáš Řepka, of course. But I didn't spend too much time with them in changing room.
Yeah.
And it's like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
12 years ago, and maybe that time was a bit different than it's now. So maybe I was too young for this group of players. So yeah, I didn't spend too much time, didn't talk too much to them, but still they had so much influence on, at least on me. I can speak for other boys, and I mean about a respect in changing room. Yeah, because there was no way I came to changing room as didn't say hello, good morning, or anything like that. If I didn't, yeah,
you'd find out.
I got kicked out of the changing room, and I was told try again.
Yeah,
they basically educated me.
Yeah.
with this stuff, which unfortunately is happening less and less. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Or what I can see. So yeah, I'm very grateful for them because of this side of let's say experience.
Yeah. You then had sort of a few loan spells, didn't you, around the Czech leagues? Mixed success, I suppose I'd say. And then in 2017, you took the decision to come to England and try and earn a deal. What influenced that? What made you decide to make that big move? Because it is quite a daunting move to go to a completely new country and try out.
Yeah, it was probably because I always loved England, football in England. I think maybe now, as I said, now it might be different, but if you ask the boys of my age 10, 15 years ago what their dream is, they would say, yeah, play for Real Madrid, Barcelona, Spain, or maybe or majority would be in England.
Yeah.
It was just, I think, dream place to play football, and I wasn't any different. And yeah, when I was 15, I was a trialist in Arsenal Academy.
Okay.
So this a feeling totally stuck with me, and I think that was the point when I really tried to believe I can make it in some point, but I didn't stuck with it yeah, we have to do it now, we have to do it. I just somehow I believed it. It could happen at some point, and January 17, or actually it was a December 2016. I just got stuck. It wasn't really working out in my club. It was on loan as well. Just wasn't working out. And honestly, at that point, I had no idea what to do. I had no idea where to go, because it wasn't heading anywhere. And then David, my agent back at the time, just gave me a call because he worked for Word in Motion company.
Mm-hmm.
Just gave me a call. What do I want? I said, I want to play in England. I said, it was like a casual. I wanted to be serious, but in joke way, funny way. Yeah, I want to play in England. I said, all right then. And yeah, basically in 2 months after he told me his story and everything, all the background, I was a trialist in Gillingham.
Yeah.
And it was it.
Yep. You got yourself a 2.5-year deal at Gillingham, didn't you? So you must have done something to impress them there. And a little bit of a sort of slow start because you were back up at first, weren't you? And then you managed to hold down a first team place there and became a really popular player.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at the very beginning because I went there when there was a coach.
Justin Edinburgh was in charge, wasn't he? Yeah, and then it panicked or everything. Yeah.
And then exactly. They took it over him, so I had to go there for like two times to be a trial for both of the managers, but Gillingham still needed a goalkeeper because they had just one senior goalkeeper, and the young one Tom Holly, he needed some rest, or maybe some medical surgery or something like that because I was struggling with his ankle or something like that. So they were in January with just one goalkeeper, and I must have impressed. And they kept me, and I finished with 6 games that season. And then I just kept doing just my thing. Just came back for pre-season, working hard. Yeah.
It's interesting you mentioned about the young keeper there. Obviously, the fact that he was maybe needs to get a break. How tough is it as a goalkeeper? Because if you're an outfield player, as a young player coming up, something, if you're a striker or a midfielder, you've probably got 3 or 4 different potential opportunities. As a goalkeeper, you've got to wait for that one man to either get injured or to mess up, and usually they're your friend. You don't want them to mess up necessarily. So do you have to be quite tough mentally in terms of waiting for that chance?
It is, and I know it's just the same, but it still is like a different job from the boys because, as you said, they can play in 10 positions actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you are a striker, you still can play everywhere. Yeah, to be honest, as a goalkeeper you can, but I've never seen that before. And like on some level, coach would say, just go and score goals. I have never heard that before from someone. But to be fair, in Gillingham there was one period of time we ran out of players. Literally, we had really hard time with injuries, and I had ready kit for as an
outfield
in case, just in case. Never used it, but I have known this deal since I became a goalkeeper that there's just only one position for me. But to be fair, there is 20 players, maybe sometimes 3, 4, 5 on maybe 2 positions. We usually are like 2 of us on one position, so it's like okay, let's go. There's 2 of us on one position. Let's fight for it. It's fair deal, to be fair. So I've always known it. No longer like I think about it. I just go out, work hard, and try to keep the spot.
So from Gillingham, you did pretty well there because you managed to earn yourself a move to Ipswich Town. Obviously a big club, but a bit sort of down on its luck, I think is the best way to put it. It's been, it's a club that's been in the top flight and been in Europe not that long ago. Finding itself struggling to get out of League One. Different kind of pressure from being at Gillingham, I guess.
It's a very different kind of pressure, but the job is still the same, to be fair. And I enjoyed it, but it was what it was. Just didn't work out from some reasons.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, I don't want to guess or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, definitely might be me as well because I was part of it, but it could be from the opposite side as well. Let's say it just didn't work out for both of sides, I would say, and it was it, yeah.
Well, let's talk about you moved to Brunton Park this summer. You couldn't have moved much further in England from Ipswich and Gillingham.
Correct.
What was it convinced you to come? I mean, did you know how popular Simmer was in particular with the fans for his first spell here as manager, or were you not really aware of that?
No, really, not until Greg called me.
Yeah.
Not until that, because he told me Simo came back, and it is, I think, second spell in the club, and he was very successful before and very popular before.
Yeah.
I said, all right, that's great, because you know there must be some kind of connection if he's like a local man and loved by people and everything. So it means something. So it was for first time when I realized this could be very good manager for this team, because local guy, he's got colour in his heart. He was successful before. He trained. He coached youth team in England as well. So it has to definitely mean something, and he's loved by people.
Yeah.
So all like a positives.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, it's great.
How have you found your start so far up? Are you quite happy with how things have gone? I mean, or would you rather have a few more clean sheets and a bit less doing DIY to the goal nets?
You know what? I'm going to start with, yeah, I definitely would love to have more clean sheets.
Yeah.
Personally, no doubts. And if I'm honest, I'm kind of like a mad or angry at myself at the moment. But I mean personally, because if there is something in the world I really hate, it's conceding goals. But the boys and the character they have, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I really want to help them with those clean sheets, and I'm here today, back to training and work on it again, as hard as I can, and do it on Saturday again. But in my last interview, I said that when I was 14, I think it was 14, I was told with one coach, we are really good friends and everything. I was told by him, if you want to win game of football and be pretty sure about it, you have to score 2 goals and more.
Yeah.
Because you always have to count on 1 goal conceded. And that will happen in last 2 games of 3, I think. So it's like a kind of like proved my point.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change anything about those clean sheets thing. I want to keep them more, 100%, no doubt, no question about it. And as I said, I'm going to work on it again and do my best on Saturday to keep them, because it's massive help. But I'm so glad we find a way how to score goals, more than 1, which this all goes to the boys. All credit to them. Fantastic.
What's it like working with that defence? Because it's certainly something that a lot of fans have highlighted as a strong area of the team. I mean, the options we've got, I mean, arguably you can put out 2 different back threes that would probably be very competent at this level.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, someone not that long ago, some from the boys just asked me, who you prefer to play with in front of you. I said, I struggled to answer because we prefer some style of play, and I just couldn't fit all of them in it. I really don't mind who's there, because all of them I feel very comfortable with, because they work hard as you can even imagine. But I can pick like a three or 4 of them. I would just stick all of them in front, because you know, Hunty, incredibly experienced guy, and his hammer is unbelievable. It's not header, it's a hammer. It's unbelievable. He wins, I think, 9 of 10 area duels. It's unbelievable. Morgan, incredible person in changing room personality and strong as hell. Corey, same, very strong in the air, good with his feet, and I mean, as an influencers on the boys, Mel. What I learned, he used to be a centre midfielder.
Well, he arrived as a centre half, didn't really get into the team, got converted to a midfielder, scored 17 goals in one season, and then Paul came in and said, "No, you're going back to being a defender."
Yeah, so, but he's still as a left centre half. Yeah, but I can tell you, he's very good with his feet, comfortable to play and everything. Strong in the air. No, I cannot pick just few of them. I feel very comfortable with these guys because they are really strong in challenges in front of goal, block too many shots. So
Yeah, great.
Absolutely delighted.
Yeah. Ask you about the other goalkeepers. So you've got Michael Kelly, who came in the summer for to be backup, and then you've got two young goalkeepers who are really highly thought of. How impressed are you with all three of them?
Yeah, unfortunately, Scotty got injured early doors in the pre-season with his shoulder, which I can tell. I was there 2.5 years ago, so I know it's not the easiest thing. And Cape, yeah, I wish I was in his situation when I was 19, and honestly, I can tell. Oh, besides, he's such a great guy. Just leave it behind because he's an unbelievable guy. How he's such a hard worker. Yeah, and I think there are like a two type of players, young players. They think they are the best in the world, and if you try to give them some advices or just advise them, just tell them what you see just in training ground. Yeah, you should maybe try this. They are like, nah, they don't listen and think they are still the best in the world. And he's exact opposite of this. He works so hard in training ground. And if something, which can happen with just a human being, aren't we, doesn't go the right way, me, Jess, or Mick, we just tell him, we just try to help him, and he absorbs all this information as a sponge. And you can tell, you can see in next few balls, he just does it. Yeah. Because he wants to learn, he wants to listen. He knew before it wasn't good, or decision he made, it wasn't the perfect one, or at least good one, or he might try something different. We tell him, and in the best way we can, because we all want to make him better and better every day. And because he's willing to listen, he's willing to learn, I think it's the best friendship we can have. So we doesn't want to make any fun of him, or let him down or anything. We just try our best to give him the best advices we can to make him better. And because, as I said, he listens, I'll give him just a few years and he can be number one for this club.
Yeah. Well, I'm aware of the fact that you have to get yourself to training soon, Thomas. So,
it's just a few minutes.
Yeah. So, one last sort of question before I finish up: how are you finding life living in Cumbria?
It's a beautiful piece of country, isn't it? I like it very much. I need to admit I haven't explored yet too much, to be fair, because I'm here practically on my own, so I haven't found too many friends yet. But I still think it's early doors. I have plenty of time, but you know what, I like a nice, calm piece of place, which is here absolutely perfect. And yeah, from what I saw, I think it's a beautiful place, quiet at some point. Not now when they are decided to dig up the whole sensor just in front of my windows. But all right, fair enough. But yeah, I like this place, like this club. To be fair, like people around. Honestly, at the moment I couldn't be happier.
That's good to hear. And hopefully, come the end of the season, promotion. That's got to be the aim, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said before. I'm not here to play just mid of table. I'm here to compete at the top of the table. So now we close. And as I said, I need to help the boys with clean sheets. But now we are eighth. Yeah. So we have massive chance to step into top 7 on Saturday. So just let's do it. As we said, why not?
Yeah, why not indeed. Thomas, thanks for your time and all the best for next season.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thanks.
Yeah, I've just got to say after that interview, big thanks to Tomas for giving up his time before training to speak to us. He genuinely, what a great character he is. I'm sure you'll all agree with that. And what a great signing he's been as well, with all those clean sheets he's keeping, performances. And as you'll have seen at the game against Hartlepool at the weekend, he's he claims he doesn't like running, but he certainly ran the length of the pitch in that game, didn't he? Brilliant character. Thank you so much to him. And big thank you again to Andy and Amy for their help in sorting out the interview at the club as well. Brilliant stuff. We'll have another one of those coming next Monday as well. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it'll be one of the playing staff. So we'll drop a few hints maybe over the weekend for that. But other than that, we'll be back later this week with a preview of the Doncaster Rovers game. So thanks very much for listening, and up the Blues.